Hi, my name is Drew Garrison. This video is for post number 2 in Professor Koichi Ajunwa's class, Intro to Special Education. And I'll be talking about 3 important topics based on the YouTube videos required for this post. The first topic I want to talk about is the differences between special education teachers and general education teachers. One of the key differences is special education teachers are responsible for all of the accommodations in the general education classroom for the students and implementing specialized classroom aids for specific students. That information came from Christy Carmack's video, timestamp 2 minutes and 3 seconds. General ed teachers are usually in charge of just curriculum and making sure that students are meeting their annual goals according to their IEP, and that can be discussed at the annual review part of the IEP meeting or IEP process, and that they're meeting each goal and functioning well. And if they're doing really well, some of the accommodations can be taken away. So that's something that the general education and special education teachers have to talk about. And the general education teacher definitely needs to be at the IEP meeting or on the Zoom call or on the call. They need to be brought up to speed. They have to be on the same page with the special education teacher. So it's really important because the roles are different, but they have to be on the same page with the student. So that's really important. And with their parents or guardians, they all have to be on the same page. So that's really, really important. The second topic I want to talk about is race and special education. In Cindy Lumpkin's video, she talks about how students who are Black but go to a predominantly white school are often identified more as having disabilities, even if they might not have a disability. And some of this could just be based on environment or the pressure that they feel, which could be an issue with the special education referral process. But she talks about how a white student could be the minority at a Black school, and they could be identified more as having a disability. And the flip side of that, a Black student could be at a predominantly white school, and they could be identified more as having a disability or placed into a special education program. Timestamp for that is 4 minutes and 58 seconds. So it's very important that teachers evaluate students properly and make sure that they actually have learning disabilities if they're placed in special education programs. We don't want to over-profile or over-diagnose students who don't actually have learning disabilities, or we want to make sure they get educated in the right setting. Find the right school for them, maybe an all Black school, maybe an all white or predominantly Black school or predominantly white school, or a virtual program, or a special education or special needs school, or a hospital according to the continuum of placement. We need to find where the child will be best educated. So it's really important. Which kind of brings us to the third point, which is kind of, we need to eliminate teachers' systemic bias on students and judge them as individuals and based on individual performance, and understand their individual motivations and not profile them or lump them in certain categories, or profile them based on race, or that they're similar to students. We need to eliminate systemic bias and treat every student individually and with the same amount of care and respect. So eliminate bias, that's really important. Julie Cohn talks about in her video that students shouldn't be judged based on behavioral issues, and should be given more of an open mind, and that not all students come with the same framework. All students are unique, all students are different, they deserve our full attention. It's our job as teachers to get to the bottom of what makes a student tick and like their own individual needs and how we can give them the best care. So it's really important. So the third point would be eliminating systemic bias by fully understanding the student and getting to the bottom of their disability, or if they even have disability, and just treating students the way we would want to be treated, with like full attention and respect, and as individuals and unique students. Thank you very much.